Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to the channel for a video that's going to be all about my favorite summer foundations. I have combo skin, and so as the weather warms up, especially now that I am in Texas, warm weather is no joke. I have combo skin, and so in the spring and summer it can turn into an oil slick. So I am all about finding foundations that look natural but have a really long lasting power. And so I have a collection here that vary in finish, coverage, price point, you name it, but the thing they all have in common is that I don't care how hot it is, these have stuck with me all throughout the day. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, I just want to reiterate, I said this before, I have combo skin, so I have tried all of these through the lens of someone with combo skin. If you have normal, dry, very dry skin, you might find, like if you find you like the coverage and the finish and the lasting power of these, you might find you need to have a moisturizing primer or just an extra moisturizing component, because these, you know, as someone with combo skin, I don't need that extra moisture in my skin, so I don't look for it in my foundations. Just something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and get started. Starting off with one that I've talked about recently, I'm wearing right now, so I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm just going to go ahead and link to the tutorial review right up here. You can go check it out, but I have to mention it here because it's my newfound favorite. It's the J. Manuel Filter Finish Collection Skin Perfector Foundation. Mine is in medium filter 2 or medium filter 1. This is medium filter 2, which is a tad too dark for me, but my filter 1 is packed because I'm traveling for the weekend. But yeah, this guy is buildable coverage. I would say this is about as most as I like to be covered. You can get a little bit more coverage around on me in particular around the nose area, because you can still up close see that my freckles and stuff are shining through. You can build the coverage a little bit, but it looks so natural. I've never received more compliments on my skin than when I wear this, because it looks like second skin on me. It's just so beautiful. It dries down to a uniquely powdery finish, but it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It's like virtually undetectable, and it lasts all day. It doesn't develop excess shine. Like some foundations, I'm okay with it developing dewiness because it gives my skin a healthy glow. This starts with a healthy glow and ends the day with that same glow. It doesn't develop excess shine. You don't turn into a grease ball. It's magic, and I absolutely love it and would highly recommend to pretty much anyone who wants the same thing. I would say the drugstore kind of dupe or counterpart to that comes in the form of the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation, but I do find that I need both the foundation and the powder to get the same satiny effect and lasting power. I just absolutely have to have the two. And what I have found is when I first got this was like my holy grail summer duo, because it really is just sweat-proof, summer-proof, everything. But it is a little bit easier to get a heavy-looking foundation with this, just because you do have to layer the liquid with the powder, and if you want more coverage, that's going to make it even more prone to looking cakey and just a little too heavy on the skin. So I do find that the J. Manuel is a little bit more goof-proof if you do tend to just want to slap your foundation on and go. It's pretty easy to do that and not have to worry about looking a little too overdone and cakey. But this, if you are on a budget and looking for a good alternative, both of these together, very, very close. Next up, and I just realized I actually kind of paired these, so I have, they're not exact dupes, but very similar high-end and drugstore counterparts. So let's move on to kind of the glowing, like the true glowing finish. On the high-end, higher end, mid-range end, I have Tarte, the new Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. This is ultra lightweight. I think that's part of the biggest appeal for summer, is that it really feels like you're wearing nothing on the skin. But it's still very buildable. You can build it, I would say, to medium, nearly full coverage. It's easily the lightest coverage of all the foundations I'm going to talk about here, but it does leave your skin with more of a luminous finish, and as someone with combo skin, I can safely say that it gives that luminous finish without getting out of control by the end of the day. Like even if you're outside, sweating, festivals, just living in Texas, I don't know, it doesn't get out of control despite starting the day with that somewhat more luminous finish. Has buildable coverage, and it's just a really beautiful, like lightweight, again, kind of a second skin foundation, but I do find that the J. Manuel looks a little bit more natural on my skin. The drugstore counterpart is one that I have not talked about in a really long time, but it is almost gone because I used it up so much when in its heyday when I first got it. It is the Physicians Formula Nude Wear Touch of Glow Foundation. I am in the shade Light, and this, I love the glow this gives the skin. You can really tell it has like pearlescent pigments in it because I have to shake it up, and it has that little mixer thing in it because it has those pearlescent pigments, so it's going to give you this beautiful looking natural highlight when the light, like without putting any highlighter on, when the light touches the high points of your face, it just looks like your skin is so luminous, but once again, it doesn't develop that excess shine throughout the day, and it's pretty affordable. You know, naturally it is a little bit heavier than the Tarte water foundation, so I find it is a little bit more detectable on the skin, but as far as more affordable counterparts goes, it's an amazing foundation. And last up are the full coverage bulletproof foundations. This one will probably surprise no one. It is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. I'm in the shade Bisque Golden, and this guy is full stinking coverage and pretty fully matte too. Like, you really, if you are looking for a glowy dewy finish and you want super full coverage, you'll definitely have to do this. Maybe mix in some like illuminating drops from Becca, M Cosmetics, like any of those, mix it in here, or just like go hog wild with the highlighter, because this is as matte as they come. But kind of like the Tarte Rainforest water foundation, it is so light and it dries down to this powdery finish, so between that it makes it very buildable, layerable, but it still isn't going to feel like you're wearing heavy layers of foundation on your skin. Really beautiful texture and definitely lasts all day, but it will give you that matte finish. On the more affordable end of things is the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation, and I have the shade True, actually I have a couple of shades. I think my current shade is True Ivory, but I love this year round. It's a beautiful winter foundation because it isn't too drying, but it's amazing for the summer because it has this moussey texture, so it kind of helps wick away the moisture, gives the skin a very soft focus effect. It's a little bit heavier as a result of that mousse texture, a little bit heavier feeling on the skin, I would say, than the Marc Jacobs. It makes it a little bit easier to go overboard, kind of like the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous, a little easier to go overboard when you're layering it up. Kind of get like the cakiness, a little bit easier to get that with the Rimmel foundation. But as far as affordable foundations go, like if you want an impeccable matte finish with buildable coverage, this is a great way to do it on a budget. So those are my picks. That is it for me. I really hope this was useful in helping you find your foundation as we're heading into the warm, or in my case, some of our cases, the really warm weather here in Texas. Hope this video was helpful for you. If you do have a skin type other than mine, or you just find that you have another foundation that you really love for those those days when you need your foundation to be budge proof, definitely share it in the comments below. It's totally helpful, and I mean, I never shy away from trying a new foundation if somebody insists that they love it, so definitely share in the comments below. Besides that though, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.